Hey guys, here we are. Thank you for sticking with me while I was away for 2 weeks. But now I am back and super excited to share with you the top 3 ways to promote your content. Thankfully, we have a free little service we call social media, and some of the top social networks are free to join. So, the first one I'm going to go over is social media because there are some tips within this tip that will be really useful to you. So, social media is a great way to promote your content, especially on Facebook where videos rank very high. So, if you're putting out content, try your best to turn it into a video. If you're doing an article where you're sharing some news or some information, you could try actually reading that out on video and sharing it to your Facebook. The next tip with sharing your content on social media is to use tags and hashtags. So if you're a New York fashion designer, I want you to tag everything with New York fashion designer. Hashtag everything with New York fashion designer, because that is going to help you come up in the search when people are doing a search for a New York fashion designer. That's going to help you come up in the search. And if you're referring to somebody else, make sure you tag them as well. So for example, you might say, I'm listening to this great broadcast with @Sandra Gabriel. So using the @ will tag me. And then what that will do is get you in front of the brand that you are tagging, but it will also get you in front of their followers. So tagging, hashtagging, very important when you're using social media to share your content. And then the very last part in using social media is don't be afraid to repeat. In radio, we call it put it on rotation. Put your content to repeat every week or every month, whatever you're comfortable with, because you want to be sure that as you're growing your following, your new followers get to see content that you posted either last week or last month. What you can do is maybe change the headline, change the angle, give it a different introduction just to keep it fresh. But if you're sharing some new product or some new service or you're launching an event, put that on repeat so it goes out every week, every month, so that people never miss anything important that's going on with your content. So social media is one way, but when you're using social media, remember videos rank high. Tag, hashtag everything as much as possible, and also put it on repeat, put it on rotation, as they say in radio. So your next tip in sharing content is online advertising. Now, I am a big fan of boosted posts on Facebook because they start as low as $7. I think I even saw something like a $2 budget for sharing your content on boosted posts on Facebook. So boost your posts, make sure you target them very well because you don't want to make your audience too broad. One place that you could run into problems is on a platform like Google, which is a much broader platform for advertising. But you don't want to put something like you just want to target people in the USA as much as you can. Speak to everybody. You know, you're not Oprah Winfrey. You don't have the ears and eyes of millions and millions of people. So make sure you target as much as possible. So you might try to narrow it down and say you're looking for women who are 25 to 35, entrepreneurs who work from home, they drink Starbucks. I mean, whatever criteria you can put in. And this is where it becomes very important to know your audiences, because then you know the criteria that you need to target them when you're setting up online advertising. So online advertising is a very good, effective way to share your content online because it pushes it out instead of your content just being there. Advertising will help to push your content out as much as possible. And for your last tip on sharing your content is to invite people to read your content. I love getting emails from people who say, hey, Sandra, I know you just did a broadcast on sharing your content. I just wrote this great article on 3 other ways to share content. I thought you'd like to read it. It looks like it's something personal to me, but that could be a marketing message, which is fine. I like to see that personal touch, and sending, emails to invite people to read your content one by one could be a little time consuming, but it's very worth it if it's effective. You could send an e-blast or put it in your newsletter to your following or your subscribers and say, these are the top posts that I put out this month. I'd love to invite you to join and leave a comment, feedback, share it with other people. Once you're doing that one-on-one personal touch, that's very effective, but you can also do it via newsletter. So those are my 3 tips for sharing your content. Social media for sure. And when you're using social media, videos rank high, tag and hashtag, and also be sure that you be sure that you're repeating your content as much as possible. Your second tip is online advertising. If you have the budget, go for it. Like I said, boosted posts start at $7, I think $2, but you can put $35. I've worked with clients who have put as much as $200 and $300, and it has really, really helped put their content out there. And then your last tip, invite people to read, invite people to join, even if you're just trying to get people on your Facebook or your Twitter, invite them to join you. You know, the personal touch is the way to go, but if you feel like it's too time consuming, make a list of people, invite them to come read your content, give their feedback, share it with other people. So that's all the tips I have for today. Hopefully you've gotten some great insight from our PR Facts Periscope. Don't forget, PR Life is now live on sandragabriel.com. Just go to sandragabriel.com, click on PR Life in the menu, and you'll find everything you need to define your brand, connect with the media, and grow your following. And lastly, don't forget to find and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Do a search for Sandra Gabriel, and there I'll be. Have a great day, guys. See you next time. Ciao.